Sanibonani Bafundi. Welcome to lesson 9. It's been a journey and we're almost there. I hope you can feel the difference. I hope you can speak a bit. I hope you understand a bit more. We feel very proud to have gone on this journey with you, and we're kind of sad that it's almost close to the end, but let's go out with a bang. And so I am here with Utenjiwe.
Sanibonani Bafundi, and yeah, as Melusi said, thank you very much for continuing to be here. We're almost at the end. I hope that you're enjoying the lessons and that you've been putting all the words that you've learned to use. I hope that everybody in your house is being identified as izingane and ubaba and umalume, just so that you can get that language going. Our lesson for this week is one that I'm hoping is just for the usefulness of knowing isiZulu as you exist. It is a lesson on isikhathi.
Time.
And just telling time and asking for time.
Exactly.
Because you need to ask for that. And also because you've been listening to so much of Ukhozi. I'm hoping that you've been listening to a lot of Ukhozi, and you may have picked up some of these words that you'll hear every time when the clock is at 12, when the clock is quarter past, when the clock is half past. You just God, what are they saying? They're telling you the time, and so we're using this, and I'm hoping that for this week you're going to be asking the people around your house for isikhathi using isiZulu. Yeah?
Great.
All right. Siyabonga. So we're just going to get into it. And again, this is just to teach you this, and so there isn't like the hardness of the grammar and it's just the sentences and how to say them. So our first sentence for today is iskhatsini. Iskhatsini, which means what, Melusi?
What time is it?
What time is it?
What time is it? Iskhatsini. Iskhatsini.
Siyabonga, Melusi. And then our next word for today is ihora. Ihora. And the reason, I added this in here because there isn't a word in isiZulu for hour. There's a word in isiZulu for umzuzu. There's minutes, there's seconds, but for whatever reason, the clock hasn't worked the same, and there wasn't an idea of hours. So the hour, and you'll hear this all the time on the radio, ihora of this, ihora of that, ihora of that. That is hour in isiZulu. It has just been translated to be ihora in isiZulu. Interestingly, also about ihora is that the R, we said, do you remember when we went to the alphabets, the R does not exist in isiZulu, but this word has remained as ihora because the idea of time as it exists this way has not existed KwaZulu. So the king and all of the people who have read just did not care to translate. It wasn't because they are not run by, and it is a big thing that they are not run by Western times.
Yeah.
And they run by their own times. So this word has remained ihora. And people critique it all the time for having the R, but the Zulu people who do the translation just don't care to translate this to hola. Yeah. So, but if it was translated, it would have become ihola.
Yeah,
all right?
but it's ihora.
It's ihora. All right, ngiyabonga. And then our next word is umzuzu. Umzuzu. And umzuzu is a minute. And so you'll hear this, kusel umzuzu owodwa, there's 1 minute left, or I'm giving you a minute. Ngikunika umzuzu.
I'm giving you umzuzu to do such a thing.
Umzuzu is a minute.
Yeah.
And then our next word, in fact, comes from, and this so the reason umzuzu nokugamanga exist is because there's been concepts of these things. So ihora wouldn't necessarily be looked at, but umzuzu was seen with the ways in which the shadow moves. So when it was halfway through the day at midday, ilanga laligamanga, so you could see with the shadow that this side looks like one thing and the shadow's fallen onto this side. And ugamanga means the direct translation is to be in between things. So gamenge is when you spread your legs and you're in between things. And ugamanga here is half past. It is ugamenge, so it is halfway past a thing. So that's what I mean when I say some words didn't exist and this one existed, because the shadow would tell them. So make ugamenge ilanga during the day. As ilanga ligamanga, then people know that the day is coming to an end. So our word is ukugamanga, but to say it is half past, kugamenge.
Kugamenge. Remember the sound from earlier? Kugamenge.
Kugamenge. Ngiyabonga. And then our Our next sentence comes from, in fact, the book, and we've gone through this before in the previous lessons. And when that thing is a waste of your time and you just don't want to do it anymore, so maybe if they're wasting your time, you say,
ayikho le nkukhu awachithwe lamanzi. This chicken will not materialize. Let's spill this water, or let's throw out this water, because uncle ran away with the money
and wasted our time.
Exactly, yeah.
And then our next word is impela sonto. Impela sonto, which is the weekend. Isonto is a week, but it also means Sunday. And so the word for the weekend is when directly translated from English is the week is ending. Liyaphela isonto, and then became impela sonto. So the week is finishing, it's ending, and the word became impela sonto.
So the root word of impela is pela, finish, right? Finish, end.
Yes.
So impela sonto is the end of the week. The week is finished.
Yes.
Also, you said
you write about that in your book.
Yes, yeah. And you say isonto is a week as well as Sunday,
Yes.
but also church.
Yes.
Also church. Yes, church is
Anytime I
isonto
don't
as
go
well.
to
Church, yeah. So isonto is also church, yeah.
Yes. Another thing that Melusi writes about in his book is isithunzi, a shadow.
Yeah, shadow is tunes.
Do you want to tell us about the book?
Well, I mean, it's tunzi. I suppose what I speak about in the book is tunzi, tunzi, and it's tunzela,
Yes.
right? Isithunzi is a shadow, tunzi is a shade, and tunzela is a zombie kind of thing. So you are a shadow of your former self if you have been turned into a zombie. Yeah.
And so that the reason.
But also, tunzi. Sorry, is also stature. So if you have stature,
Yes.
it's tunes, because you cast a massive shadow.
Yes.
You know, you cast a massive shadow. So you have his tunes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But why that was important is because I wanted to highlight the ugamanga, so the whole thing about the shadow.
Yeah.
So that's why that word is there, isitunzi. And I think you should also know, nobody's going to ask you for your tunzi, but it was a word that explains how we have come to the concepts of time. And Melus then does the thing of explaining the different types of isitunzi in the book, which I thought was very useful. And then our next word is also a word that he writes about is intwasahlobo. What happens in intwasahlobo?
Intwasahlobo is spring, right? And how I interpreted it, I could be wrong. I mean, because I take liberties.
Yes.
You know, that's my thing. I
Absolutely.
take liberties. So, I mean, I decided, okay, twasa is to be in training, right? Particularly to be isangoma, a traditional healer. So I decided, you know what? Twasa sounds a bit like Ntwasa. So Ntwasa Hlobo is spring. So spring must be summer in training. You know, summer in training.
He got that right.
Yeah, for me.
He really got that. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is a factual statement.
Yes. Yeah. So Ntwasa Hlobo is summer in training. So we don't have spring. We have summer in training. We don't have winter. We don't have autumn. We have winter in training. Yeah. Into a subsidy, right? Yes.
So the word from this, what you must pick up is that the word for summer is hlobo.
Yeah.
And then intwasa hlobo then means the summer in training. But that is spring as one word in English.
Yeah.
All right. And then our last word our last word for today is Paula, which at the end of the day, when you've been looking at the clock the whole day, you can go and read what Melusi says about Paula. What is Tupola?
I'll summarize it. Tupola is to chill out. You know, it's to cool off. So in the book, I speak about saying, you know, the ancestors were very clever. You know, they had an understanding of the human condition. You know, they knew that hurt people hurt other people. So Paula is also heal, right? So Paula is relax, it's cool off, but it's also heal. So if somebody is being angry and aggressive and you say to them Paula, you're not just saying to them relax, you're saying heal. Something has hurt you. The reason you're being like this is because there's something going on in your life. Heal, right? But also, I thought polar bears growing up, you know, were called polar bears because they're very chilled until I watched a documentary on television. And I saw them brutalizing seals. And they did not look.
polite.
They were not polite. I was traumatized. I thought polar bear. Because also in those Coca-Cola adverts, you know, the polar bear drinking Coca-Cola. I thought, yeah, this makes sense. It's a chilled bear.
Okay.
And then I saw a documentary. Lies.
What apartheid. All right. So, siyabonga kakhulu bafundi. That was a very short lesson for today, but I do hope you are able to at least ask for isikhathi, which is time, and you can go through your lesson. And so in your lesson, it explains the different times. It is translated, but then also you can then use these languages to say 15 minutes past, however many minutes past, because what we didn't do in this lesson is we didn't count. So we didn't go through a kunye kubili kuthathu, because I'm assuming that there's a range of that at least. And so if you do know how to count in isiZulu, if you do not, please let me know in the chat session, and then maybe I'm going to upload just a slide of how to count. But so what I was hoping with this lesson when I was creating this was that I was going to task people to go and say it is past, it is a minute past, it is 3 minutes past, so that you learn how to tell and ask for his cut. And thank you very much for continuing to be with us.
Thank you. And I hope you have a polar time wherever you are. Chill out. Have a good time. See you at the next lesson.
Sale kahle.
Amen.